with, as always, with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Take a look at the Kings. They haven't started out with the success they had hoped for, but the season obviously is still very young.
And we thought coming into this season that this club might have some holes, and unfortunately for them, that's been pretty much the case. Now it's a matter of, can you plug them up, can you gain some momentum as a club and kind of turn things around?
Well, Steve, you know I'm ever optimistic. So I'm going to look on the bright side. At least they've identified what needs to be corrected early in the season. And then they've got plenty of time to get things fixed.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for Sacramento. Allison runs the point. Rostowski's at the 2. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Wilson Chandler. And it's Kirkland in at the 4. It's stolen by Stauskas. Knocked loose. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here. We're about 1 minute into the first. And stolen by Fry. The finish, the fast break ends at the rim with a jam. Tremendous stuff from a guy Clark we think more of for his passing.
Yeah, but he's got tremendous leaping ability and a surplus supply, too.
Well, that's a great aggressive move and 2 big points, too.
Chandler's shot, good.
Sloppy defense there. You can't let him get the ball in his hands down there.
Well, when he does, that's an automatic bucket.
Fry dishes to Jones. Pass to Fry. Kicks it out to Harden. Harden left side. There's a screen. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins.
And a missed opportunity right there.
Definitely. I think he should have converted that one.
Collison kicks to Cousins. Back to Collison. Kings moving the ball around. That is good. Cousins has got his first bucket in this one.
Defense pretty much helpless there, stopping that layup. I think too much of a mismatch in terms of height.
Harden the pass to Fry. Deflects the pass. Here's Harden on the wing. Dishes it to Fry. Just 5 to shoot. Nice D from Cousins.
Well, those chances are almost always 2 points for him. I guess the defense did what it had to do to bother him.
Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets for the finish. And Harden with the stuff.
That almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And especially the fact that it ties the game, Clark. The lead was about to be stretched out, and instead, we're right back to even.
Cousins dishes to Collison. Here's Stauskas. He's coming off a 13-point game against Memphis. And Cousins kicks to Collison. And it's good. With time running down on the shot clock.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
No, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
Shot's good by Dedmon.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Allison with it. Now guarded by Fry. Cousins, the pass to Kirkland. Cousins dishes to Collison. A baseline J, and that's good for 2.
How about that? Gets it off right in the face of the big fella. Quick release.
And operating on the perimeter like that negates some of the height disadvantage, too.
Now, here's Fry. He picked up 33 points in their last win against New York.
And how about his defense? 4 steals on the night. He was so aggressive.
There's Stauskas, and Jones pulls it down. So for Sacramento, their last game, a loss to the Grizzlies.
Yeah, I thought their defense in that game was about as shaky as it could be. At home, that kind of defense isn't going to cut it. Never mind if you're on the road.
They really look tired to me, and I don't know if they had travel issues or if they were out too late, but something was amiss because they had no energy.
Now let's take a peek at the league leaders in scoring. You look at Fry. Points per game, such a great player.
You know what, Kevin? Leading the league in scoring is no small feat. He's out there every night giving it his best, and the effort is definitely paying off.
The Kings shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And that one falls for Cousins. Both free throws good from Cousins. Rockets trailed by 4. And Fry kicks to Harden. It's to Dedmon. There's the dish to Ariza. Ariza gets a screen from Fry. Ariza goes in. Nice work there coming off the screen.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Fry with the ball, averaging 34 points per contest. Clark, the coach, was really passionate in that last huddle, trying to do everything he can to get his message across.
You know, and I'm not sure what he wanted exactly, but he did it with enough fire that I'm guessing he's not going to be happy with any lapse in execution. I mean, he made his point pretty clear.
Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Offside Chandler. Doubled by Fry. And Cousins kicks to Collison. There's the block. And they get it back. And he gets the bucket. Both teams decided.
A chance here to see how the Kings rank in the NBA right now. 4th in scoring, 6th in three-point field goal percentage. And they're a top 10 shooting team from the foul line. Pretty good company for that team.
And what impresses me most out of all those numbers you just talked about, Clark, is the points per game, because this is a team that has become very difficult to cover. They really cut hard, they set good screens, they get great ball movement, and because of the unselfishness and the floor spacing, they seem to get wide open shots time after time.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Yes, Sacramento's head coach and I were able to chat. When we talked about what they'll try to do on defense, he told me they're going to have to do everything they can to neutralize their opponent's high flyers, saying, quote, "We can't play above the rim like these guys, so we'll have to do our best to keep them away from the hoop." Gentlemen, easier said than done.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Now, here's Fry. Here's Harden on the wing. The feed to Fry. He kicks it to Covington. Passes it to McDaniel. 6 on the shot clock. Baseline try. It's hauled in by the Kings. 1:03 left to play in the first quarter. Kicks to Thompson. Thompson sets the pick for Conley. Conley left side. And there's the rejection. And he gets it back. That's good. And the Kings lead by 4. Rockets have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. It's Harden with the drive. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
You know, they really aren't putting up any resistance on the low block. That's the 5th consecutive basket inside.
And Steve, these looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Collison dishes to Landry. Landry with the screen. Right side, Conley. Outside, Collison. Shot clock at 5. From 10 feet out, it's hauled in by Fry.
The defense did just enough to throw him off that shot.
Harden the pass to Fry. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. And it's 7 points for the Wizards. Here's Collison. Shot no good. Contested game as we start the second quarter. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Rockets.
Well, Kevin, in the first half of play, they're really closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity defensively.
And you know, another thing, Steve, they've really done well tonight is getting in the passing lanes. They've been active with their hands, feet have been in good position, and they've come up with a lot of steals. That's making a difference here, too.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. Thompson is out there with Carl Landry. Then it's Mbamute. Then it's Ben McLemore. And it's Conley in at the 2. He feeds it to McLemore. That drops.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Houston in the lead. Now Fromm. Off the pick.
Oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, and he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Still, I mean, startling that he'd even try that right now.
And Mbamute kicks to McLemore. Feeds to Conley. He dishes it to Mbamute. Outside Conley. And it's off from three-point range. Rockets leading by 3. Now the pass to Covington. Second shot opportunity. Monty Eunice's shot is good.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
To me, that's the key to any game. Who can win the battle in the paint? And right now, they've got it going.
Now here's McLemore. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Pass to Landry. Dishes it to McLemore.
Nice shooting.
He'll go on the wrist. To change it up. The Kings trailed by 10. Knocked away. And it'll be Sacramento as it goes out of bounds. The Kings retain possession. Take a second to view a list of shooting guards who have been very dependable offensively this season. These guards are the most accurate in the league. James Harden, number 1.
He's not a wasteful player. That much we've learned. He makes the most of the good looks he gets. And if it's not there, he's not going to force a bad shot.
But you know what, Steve? It's not all about shot selection. Let's not overlook what an unbelievable shooter he is, period. I mean, he can knock them down from all over the court with defenders draped all over.
Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing.
It's to Dedmon. Harden kicks to Fry. Back to Harden. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And now a 12-point Houston lead.
Might as well just take it into his own hands and make that big lead even bigger.
Collison, the pass to Curtin. The shot no good. Good work defensively by Jones. Shoots it. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
You know, this game kicks off a 3-game season series for these clubs. Definitely both looking to get that leg up tonight.
Now, here's Fry. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Now the dish to Dedmon. The feed to Jones. 6 to shoot. Baseline J on the way. And the basket by Harden. Harden's got 8.
He had no problem knocking down that shot. And a little more damage inflicted on another defensive lapse.
Collison dishes to Cousins. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. And it's 8 points here for Cousins. Harden outside. He kicks it to Fry. Ariza outside. 1:05 left in the first half. Passes it to Fry. And another 3 for Houston.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
The Kings trailed by 15. Ball's knocked loose. Now here's Collison, averaging 16 points a game. And Cousins gets it to go.
You're going to be waiting a long time if you're waiting for him to miss that when he's not open.
He's covered by Collison. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second. Getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And, you know, this lead is going to grow if they can continue to get to the free throw line.
So both teams changing it up here. Thompson outside. And here is Landry. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. It's tipped. Collison kicks to Conley. From deep. And there's the rebound by Dedmon. Dedmon's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And it's blocked by Chandler. Collison for 3. Shot misses.
Hey guys, listen up. We've got a good lead.
And we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Nice game. Great performance by the Wizard.
Yeah, what a remarkable half, the way he attacked the rim and scored in the paint. Defenders said they were trying to slow him down any way possible, but he still got through.
Easier said than done when he's the penetrator. His speed and agility make him extremely hard to defend.
Ariza the 3 and Jones the 4. Puts it out there with Harden. And it's Dedmon in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. Now, here's Fry. Oh, good on the triple.
Good sets, good offensive sets are built on solid screens, and that was an example of how you don't want to set a pick.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. The Wizard in their last time out against the Knicks, boy, was he tremendous. He finished with 33 points, and as he had the typical big game assist-wise, finding open men to come away with a healthy assist total, too. What a show it was as he put up some really amazing numbers when it was all said and done. Even we marveled at his performance, Kevin.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, Clark, I thought was truly incredible.
Absolutely. I mean, he did the work of several players in that game. Really didn't need much support at all.
But they shouldn't count on that type of performance again tonight, Clark. And his teammates need to be prepared to carry a little bit more of a load.
There's the pick. Inside. Edmond passes to Harden. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one.
And good on the basket. Cooking. And that's now 6 points for Collison. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
The Kings trailed by 10. Fires the 3, and that one's good. Stauskas has got 8 points.
A nice start to the second half. Just 1 miss in their first 5 attempts.
Jones sets the pick for Harden. Fry, that's for 2. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists now in this one. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. He told his guys to make sure they keep the pace fast, to get out and run each and every chance they get. He focused next on what he feels will be their most reliable offensive approach, which is the use of ball screens and the pick and roll. That's a play we should be seeing a lot of. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Kings on D after the made shot from Fry. And there's the foul. It goes against Sacramento. Houston making some changes. Andrew Nicholson, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. And Robert Covington subbed in for Trevor Ariza. And a change for the King. McLemore is checked in. Here's Covington. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Fry. But they get it back. Nicholson's shot is off. The Kings trailed by 9. Doubled by Fry. And there's the foul. It'll go on the Wizard. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And the Kings making a change here. And Baamute's checked in. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Good ball movement here by the Kings. And the basket good. 6 points for him.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
Well, that's been the focus, Clark, as we've watched. I mean, they've created one chance after another inside.
Fry dishes to Jones. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And the Rockets lead by 9. Outside Collison. It's rebounded by Houston. Nicholson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Jones with the screen on Collison. And Fry slams it in.
Oh, he's just angling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's with them.
Yeah, but you don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up, though, either.
Here's Collison. The Rockets making the shot. Cousins with a screen for Collison. Kicks it to Cousins. Back to Collison. Wide open look. Count the bucket. Collison's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Nice kick out after the defense had collapsed on it.
Here's Fry. 16 points for him. And Houston again with the bucket.
Well, he's found his game and his rhythm this quarter. He's gotten into a nice groove.
And McLemore kicks to Cousins. And he banks in the layup. Cousins has got 16 points.
His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
This is checked in for Terrence Jones. And a change for the Kings. Conley's checked in. Now, here is Harden. 10 points for him. He feeds it to Moniunas. Nicholson passes to Fry. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. Now let's take a look at the teams that have been holding their opponents to the fewest points in the last 10 games. The Rockets, number 1.
Now, they've been solid defensively, maybe a little fortunate at times when teams have had off nights, but overall, pretty solid defense.
The Kings making a switch here. Thompson's checked in. Now, here's Fry. He's got 18. Up off the screen. Oh, get it! Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying hard to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. Big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, Mark?
Well, you know what the questions are about now. It's their defense, that's for sure.
That is a booming putback. Step aside, fellas.
They wanted nothing to do with him there.
At least not with the ball in his hands and the rim in sight.
Now, here's Fry. He's got 20. Here's Covington, and Houston again with the bucket.
Really did a nice job recognizing the mismatch that he had and then immediately cashing in with that mid-range jumper.
Collison with it. 8 points for him. Feeds to Thompson. A drive by Collison. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
It's taken away by Collison. Here is Mbamute. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Tell you what, that was all made possible by the heads-up defense at the other end.
Yeah, you got to love the energy they're bringing. As soon as they got their hands on the ball, everybody got out and ran.
And Moniunas the basket on the assist by Fry. Fry's got assist number 5 here tonight. The Kings trailed by 9. Collison kicks to Thompson. Thompson sets the pick for McLemore. 1:14 left to play in the third. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Collison, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Well, Darren Collison in this one. He's got 10 points, and there's a nice number in his assist column as well.
Yeah, it is a nice number. He's taking it upon himself to really find his teammates and to get this offense going.
Carl Landry's checked in for Sacramento.
You know, he's as close to a sure thing as you can possibly have when he steps to the line.
Deflects the pass. Stolen by Thompson. On up the court. And stolen by Fry. Covington dishes to Nicholson.
Statistically speaking, let's see where the Rockets sit right now. First in shooting percentage. First in three-point field goal percentage. They're also ranked number 1 in taking care of the ball. Not many turnovers. They value possessions like no other.
And the shooting is really what stands out to me. This is a team that does such a good job of finding open looks. They're unselfish. They work offensively to create good shots. And when they do that, they're on their game. They're tough to beat.
Now here's Chandler, averaging 8 points a game. Shot clock at 6. Here's Thompson. Shot is off.
That's an example there, guys, of contesting the shot and corralling the board. That's really all you can ask of a guy at that end of the floor.
3-second difference between shot clock and game. The three from Harden. It's hauled in by the Kings. Chandler's got his 3rd rebound on the night. He dishes it to McLemore. Here's Conley. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Here's Harden. Can't get it to go. In a moment now as we take a look at our arm assists of the game.
Well, this is what you talk about when you have the offensive play coming together based on tremendous passing. It's the rhythm and flow that occurs that makes this a beautiful game.
And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the 4th. Landry and Cousins patrol the paint. Stauskas is out there with McLemore. And it's Chandler in at small forward. Fry, good.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open.
Now here's McLemore, guarded by Fry. And laid in to finish the break. Fry's got 25 points in the game. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers with the hustle stats for Houston.
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
You know, adding to that, Steve, you look at their block totals tonight, and you see how feisty they've been on the defensive end this game.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Take a look at what Harden's been doing. He's got 10 points, and he's also been picking up some nice assists here and there, too.
Well, he's going to have to continue to play this way, Clark, because this offense thrives on his passing ability, and they've got it going right now.
Terrence Jones is checked in for the Rockets. Now here's McLemore. Now the pass to Cousins. On the wing, Chandler. Shot to stop the run. No luck. And Houston the other way now. They host the Clippers after this game. That'll be the final game of this 5-game homestand.
Man, you know the fans out in L.A. really hoping for a win in that one.
Dishes it to McLemore. Pass to Cousins. Lets a floater go. Rockets leading by 14. Here's Ariza. Off target at the rim. Kings have gone 0-3 to start the 4th quarter. Now here's McLemore. Guarded closer. That's good. We're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter in this one. Now here's Fry. Guarded by McLemore. Jones the pass to Fry. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Fry's got 7 points for the quarter.
You know, they've been able to depend on his offense all game long, guys. He's drained a lot of shots out here.
And between now and the horn, Steve, the ball should be in his hands as much as possible if they want to continue to build this lead.
Now, here's Fry. Following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. Stauskas kicks to McLemore. Kings moving the ball around. Cousins on the money from 12 feet away.
Well, for one, he hasn't let them down. But a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
Darren Collison in for Ben McLemore. Now Fry. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. It's to Dedmon. Now the dish to Fry. Off the pick. And he goes in for the dunk.
Well, that's some physical basketball out there. I'm glad I'm not in the middle of that. A hard pick and an assault on the bucket.
Old school stuff there.
Yeah, there was a lot to like on that play.
And so here's Sacramento following the score by Houston. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Collison. Houston's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Fry dishes to a reason. Outside, Jones. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
Temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
The drive by Collison. Good.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
There's the pick. And Fry kicks to Harden. To the wing right side. Ariza outside. This one for 3. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
And both free throws good for Wilson Chandler. Rockets leading by 8. Harden outside. Jones sets the pick for Harden. Out to the wing. Ariza has the open look. Gets the jumper from the corner to 4. The Kings trailed by 10. Kirkland defended by Jones. Pass to Stauskas. And there's the feed to Cousins. The pass to Stauskas. Outside Collison. 5 on the clock. And he's good on the 3-ball. Collison's got 19 points.
In the first half, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes. But finding themselves down now, they started to cast up a lot more triples.
Kicks to Fry. Back to Harden. Another shot. Shot misses. Now Sacramento takes it the other way.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Pass to Stauskas. Cousins with a screen on Harden. From deep. Chandler, no good.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Harden the pass to Fry. Here's Dedmon, and he gets it to go. And the Rockets lead by 9.
That's how you have to attack the double team. Find the open man, get the ball out of your hands.
And now Doris Burke gets an update from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, well, I was able to listen in on the Kings head coach during that last timeout. He told his players, turnovers are... We can't be trying to make the home run play. Settle down, run the offense, and make a simple pass. Kevin, sounds easy enough.
Now here's Collison. Lays it up and banks it in. Collison's got 21.
Clearly, he's shaken off that cold shooting performance of the first half.
It's Harden with the drive. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off.
.57 left in the fourth quarter. Collison kicks to Cousins. Shoots a fader. Misses off the right angle.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession.
Such a careless pass. Got to keep your head in the game here.
The Kings trailed by 7. To the paint, here's Kirkland. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
The offense just getting right to the rim. At least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layup. Earn it from the line.
And he ends up making the second, and that trims the lead to 6.
Well, he cut into the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a difference.
Harden outside. Jones sets the pick for Harden. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Look at the free throw percentage. Unblemished since halftime, Clark. That's pretty nice.
I'd go farther than that, Steve. How about
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's an 8-point game.
he's done a much better job of getting to the line. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Cousins with a screen for Collison. He kicks it to Chandler. Kings moving the ball around. Here's Cousins. No good off the front iron.
And are they ever working inside? Good job on the glass.
Excellent job on the glass, Steve. I agree. I mean, they're battling and they're fighting, they're scrapping, they're clawing, and they're getting the job done.
Now, here's Fromm. 6 on the shot clock. Rebound by Stauskas.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Here's Collison, and it's blocked by Harden. Seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Fry with the ball. Now Chandler defending. Harden against Cousins. Pulls up on the elbow. That one goes. Come. And the Rockets lead by 10.
Terrific job taking care of business in front of the home fans.